It was.
My titty was not on.
It was on you. Boy, you just touched me while I'm up in the video. Wait, what are you doing? Shoot.
Hello, everybody.
Bloop, bloop.
No, I am not. We're not doing this today.
What you?
No.
What you mean? What are you doing?
Hello, everybody. This is Marshall and my lovely husband,
Yep.
Lito. And
Howdy.
for those who are watching, thank you guys and welcome back. And for those who are new, welcome to the process. Today we're going to be talking about pretty much insecurities and how sometimes insecurities can kind of hinder you from the will of God when it comes to relationships, when it comes to God's will for your life, His purpose, and all that great stuff. So if
Did you double grade it?
great
Yeah,
stuff,
did it.
triple.
Okay. Did you stumble or did you just really mean to
Anyway.
say great stuff?
No, I wanted to say great.
Did you
great,
really?
Yes.
It's like you were scratching. Go ahead.
So,
You got great stuff.
so if you guys
I'm just saying.
want to exactly sit down and watch us act the fool today about insecurities,
What we do, no, what I do.
stay tuned. We'll be back. So, ladies, let me tell you this. I don't care what you feel is your insecurities, your imperfections, your flaws, the way you look, the way you smile, your hair, scars, whatever.
Yeah.
If this is something that you're dealing with, you need to go to God and ask God for a complete transformation,
Yes.
a healing
Yes.
from the inside out.
Yes.
Because until you accept the way that God created you,
And love yourself.
I'm sorry, you're not going to be
Yeah.
able. You're going to be looking for that in other people to validate who you are and
Exactly.
who God created. And God said, nobody to validate my creation.
Right. That's right.
Either it is
That's
or
right.
it's not.
Yeah.
Either they love you or you don't.
And God don't make mistakes. He makes
doesn't.
every creation beautiful.
When
Yeah.
I don't. Have you ever noticed you can see the most unattractive couples together?
Yeah.
Like how in
How in the world
they-
she got with him?
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not really the physical. It goes. Yes, that's the first thing you see, but it goes way beyond that.
Yeah.
Cause you ever seen someone who may be unattractive to you, but their spirit,
It's
their
just right,
attitude,
yeah.
their confidence,
Personality, yeah.
their personality,
Yeah.
their self-esteem is like, dang, they look good.
Yeah.
But they're not really all that attractive.
Attractive
but
on
they
the outside,
look
but
good.
on the inside, it
Because-
outweighs the outside.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
People are going to attract what you project.
Yeah.
So if you're projecting insecurity and I don't really love myself and I got issues, guess what? That's
You're
the
gonna-
vibe
That's right.
that you're giving off.
That's right.
That's the energy you're giving off.
That's why, it's not to cut you off, but that's why it's so important to know who you are in God.
I remember when God was saying, I want to use you. And I kept saying, well, God, use me. I want you to use me. Always praying, God, use me. God, use me. And God said, I want to use you. So I didn't really understand what was going on. And I really was trying to figure out, well, God, if I'm telling you to use me, you keep telling me you want to use me. It sounds like we're on one accord. What's going on? And I remember clear as day, God convicted me and He said, I don't want to use the you created. I want to use the you I created. See, I was in a place where I wanted to fit into society's beauty, or I wanted to make sure that I felt, approved and mandated, and so growing up as a child, being dark skinned, having a gap, having a mole, nappy hair, it was just not cute. It was not beautiful. It did not, stand up to the way the society standards were. So you feel that, that even from my own flesh and blood, there was some discrimination. There was some favoritism because of my skin color. Whereas I had some of my family members, light skin, quote unquote, good hair, as you can say. But to me, if it's healthy hair, it's good hair. So we're not even go there. But this is the saying that people would take on. And as a child, you hear this. So internally, you take this in. You look at the billboards, you look at TV, you look at magazines, and you don't see anyone that looks like you. So that can build up and also develop insecurities even as a young girl. So as you grow up and now you're an adult, you continue to, carry those same insecurities and sometimes not even realize it. Mm-hmm. So there are times when this is after Christ, I'm dealing with insecurities. So just because you give your life to Christ doesn't mean, voila, it's gone. I'm fine. No, there's the process. It's a process. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we have suppressed these feelings and these insecurities we've lived with it for so long, it just becomes a part of us. Right. So you think it's normal. You think, that's just normal. And I remember there was a time where this right here had to be in my hair. It wasn't like, I wanted it because it was just a protective style. No.
That's not your hair?
You funny.
Oh.
Yes, it's my hair.
That's your hair?
I bought it. So this was like, I would not leave out the house without weave in my hair. I had to have makeup on. I had to have my nails done. It was just, these are certain things I had to have. Or if I didn't feel pretty. Mm. It wasn't like I'm doing it because I wanted to. I can take it or leave it now. But then it was like I wouldn't walk out the house without makeup. I wouldn't walk out the house with my hair undone. Because I felt like if I didn't have it, then people would look at me funny. I wouldn't feel good. I would just, You
wouldn't feel attractive?
Absolutely. So even when it came to men had this little thing where you had to have long hair. Long straight hair. Yeah. And back in the day, if you was red bone, you got all the men.
I came up in that era.
And I had a best friend. She was red and I was chocolate. And she would get all the play. She would get all the attention. And then after she said no, hey, do you want to dance? Like almost like a second, whatever you want to call it.
Second choice.
Yeah, second choice. So
where's she at now?
I don't know. Huh? I don't know.
I bet she chocolate.
But
I bet she chocolate.
You stupid. But anyway, so a lot of that went on, and I was like, okay, God, well, what you want me to do? And the first thing he told me to do was, he says, cut your hair. What? He was like, first I need you to take that out of your hair, because it wasn't, don't get me wrong, it wasn't the matter of me wearing weave. It was the spirit behind it. Yeah. It was the motive. Yeah. And God knows your spirit. Now, whatever. But then it had become my God.
Whoa.
Woo. And I didn't even know it. I worship making sure that I look good. I worship making sure.
Your outward appearance.
Yes.
Your outward appearance had to be more important.
Yes.
Than your inward appearance.
Absolutely. And
by the way, you do look sexy.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So, God dealt with me in a very serious manner in regards to, His creation. So, here it is, fast forward. I'm struggling with God telling me to cut my hair, don't wear weave. I want to use the you that I created. And I'm saying to myself, well, what do you mean? He said, no. What I see right now is counterfeit.
Whoa.
What I see right now is something that you have taken upon yourself to redesign, as if what I made was imperfect. Like what I made, if I made you in my image, you're saying that my creation is flawed. So, it was like, oh my God.
It's like God literally just came down from heaven and said, sit here, girl, let me tell you something about yourself.
It's like you don't appreciate my original. I made you the way you are, and you're saying that's not good enough? Who are you? You're the creator now? It's like God was speaking to me, and I couldn't do anything but cry. I was convicted. I was like, wow. He was like, if you don't love you, how you expect anybody else to love you? I'm like, what do you mean? If you don't love you, and yet you want me to use you, you don't even know the you that you're talking about. Because the you that I'm talking about is greater than what you even can think of. So he went through that whole spiel. I cut my hair, y'all. And this was the beginning of the process of my healing of insecurities.
Learn how to have that relationship with God first.
And trust what he said about you.
You. Believe it. Believe him. He ain't lying to you now.
You are a peculiar people. A royal,
fearfully.
Yes, a royal priesthood.
Yes, you are.
You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You guys have to understand. Take what he's already given you.
Yeah.
And then confirm it with his word.
Yeah.
And I guarantee, ask yourself, why do you do certain things that you do?
Yeah.
Is it because you just do it because, hey, I like it? Or you do it because you feel like you can't live without it? Or, you know, I do this because I want to do that. Cause one young lady, bless her heart, she was really concerned that she has some scars. And, you know, she feels like she's hindering her husband, you know, because she's going to feel like she's not attractive. Baby doll.
Girl.
It stems with you. You can be the most, I think, unattractive, ugly duckling. But if you think you know you look good, everybody else is going to think and know you look good too.
That's right. It's stemming from your mind frame of what you think about yourself.
It's about inward. You ever seen somebody who's beautiful? I mean, knockout. They are gorgeous. Yeah. But as soon as they talk,
they ugly.
As soon as you see their spirit and their attitude, it changes. Yes. It's like, ew.
What's on the inside does not match what's on the outside.
Right. So and just like he just said, what's on the inside will come out.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I can cover it up with makeup all day long. I can put the hair all in my. Don't get me wrong. And nothing, I got it in my. It's nothing wrong with it. It's the motive behind it.
Right.
Is it something that I feel like I have to do to be beautiful? No. Before, yes. Now, no. So God's like, hey, do your thing. You know who you are in Christ. I'm good with that. But when you don't know who you are in Christ and you expect God to bless you with a mate, he's protecting you and the mate because he wants you secure and he wants them secure before y'all get together. How can an insecure person get together? Oh my Jesus, that's a recipe for disaster.
You can go back to the garden. Adam had a secure relationship with God before Eve was created. Adam was put to sleep, and then Eve was created and had a secure relationship with God before he woke Adam up. So that's order. That's God's will.
Secure.
He wants both to have a secure relationship with him first before he even brings them together. You know. And are you going to be perfect even when he brings you together? No. Are you still going to have a little bit of insecure issues in certain areas? You might, of course, because you're not perfect. Right. God is not going to just clean you to the point of where you like a fish. He don't scale everything off of you. No, there's some things he can do it, but there's some things that I believe God purposely leaves on you.
So that you can depend
on him. So you
can
learn how to continue to depend on him, even after you get married. Because that way both spouses
but then there's
can see
insecurities when you get married.
Right, because both spouses can see each other growing. Right? Both spouses can see each other being delivered out of certain things and not repeating certain things or going through the same thing what they were going through when they was going through the courtship. So God doesn't clean you completely up, but he cleans you in order to prepare you when he knows that, okay, you're good for the next process step of now saying I do.
Because even with marriage comes a different insecurities.
Yeah.
So although yes, you know, as far as how I look and how I felt about myself was delivered, then there's another process of insecurities that came after I said I do. Yeah. It had nothing to do with me being single. This had more to do with me being independent.
You're right.
And now I have this man. Now I gotta, consult, and I'm used to consulting God only.
Right.
And I hear God's voice only. And now I got to hear His voice too. And so there's other insecurities that's going to come that you're going to have to work through the process.
And we're going to talk about that,
Yeah, so
the after marriage
don't think
process,
you're not going to have any.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying there's certain things in you that outweighs what you're doing, and that's hindering you from what God really want to have from you.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying. So if you're worried about, my flaws are gonna, no. But I want you to worry about whether or not you are hindering what God, really wants from you. And a lot of times we're so insecure, we're afraid to be by ourselves. That's another form of insecurity.
Yeah.
I can't stand being alone, and I gotta have somebody, and I gotta talk to somebody.
Go from one relationship to the next, to the next
that
relationship.
That is a form of being insecure.
Hello.
You don't want to be by yourself.
You don't want to be alone.
I gotta have somebody. That's a form of insecurity.
Yeah. That
Ladies,
happens with men and women.
And I always want to wait till another video for this, but I'm gonna give you a snippet now.
Yeah.
Until you realize you are content with God and God alone. Sorry. It wasn't until I made it up in my heart and my mind that God, seriously, if you don't want me married, I'm okay with that. It took me a long time to get there, but I finally got there. And when I did, he came along. So as soon as you feel like, I need a man, I need him right now.
God ain't gonna send him.
Not the one.
God ain't gonna send him.
The enemy gonna send a whole bunch of them at you.
Right.
But if you really want to wait for the best that God has for you, you have to get to that point where you already with the best. God is the ultimate best.
Right.
So when you're secure and content with that relationship and that relationship alone, and then all you're doing is just you and God, and you pleasing Him and being about your Father's business, and you forget about you even single. Single is a blessing, not a curse. It really is. Mm-hmm. And then you look up, bam.
Yeah, anytime you want something more than God, God ain't gonna give it to you.
It's an idol. It becomes a God.
Yeah.
And He's a jealous God.
If you want a husband, and see, a lot of times the people don't understand prayer. And they don't understand really what they ask for when you're talking about prayer. I remember asking God, Lord, prepare me, choose me to be a husband. I remember asking God that, choose me to be a husband. And by me asking that, it used to be, Lord, bless me with a wife. But the Holy Spirit had to deal with me and say, no. See, what you're doing, you basically asking for something that you want. When really, actually, when God instituted marriage, it's not. See, Adam didn't even know he was alone. If you look in the garden, he didn't even know that he was alone. He didn't even know that he was alone. All the animals, there was 2 of each kind. And God was the one who said, it's not good for man to be alone. Let us make, let us give him a helpmeet. So, if God knows that you are in a position to where you want something more than God, you want that spouse more than God, you want this, listen, it's all about, first of all, wanting God first more than anything. Mm-hmm. Getting your relationship right with God, And when you do that, then that's when you came to that point, you're like, Lord, you listen, if I'm going to be single for the rest of my life, okay, I'm fine with it. God heard your heart.
And he
knew that you were serious too.
I've said that a whole bunch of times.
But this time you were serious. You were serious. And God knew that. And God was like, bam.
There it is.
There it is. That's what I've been waiting on. I felt her heart. Listen, brothers and sisters, whatever. Listen, God can hear your heart. He knows when you mean what you mean, And when you did that, girl, please, God was like, bam, there it is. I got the one waiting on for you.
So we said all that to say there's nothing too hard for God. Take your insecurities, give them to God, be honest with Him, butt naked with Him. He just wants to know that you understand. And then ask Him for healing, and ask Him, God, heal me from any insecurities, known and unknown, seen and unseen. Because you don't want to be a hindrance to you or anybody else. And also, basically, you don't want to be a hindrance to God, and by Him using you in a real way. Okay? Again, thank you guys for all of your comments and all of your emails. We got our first email from Africa.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
Africa.
Mwah. We love you. We never stepped foot in Africa, but because of technology, God has allowed us to be able to reach people in Africa.
I want to say that my wife is doing a wonderful job, y'all. I really do appreciate everything that she's doing. You know, she really is. You know, she's the one that does the videos and she does the editing and all of the lights that you see and all of that stuff like that. Well, y'all don't see. I mean, I see them. You know, and you know, God is truly using her in a great way, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. That's all. I'm just happy to be a part of it. So, you know, I just want to say that publicly, you know, and all the comments and everything, and all the comments and all of that, you know, that she tells me that a lot of you guys are commenting, and really it's really so encouraging to hear, you know,
keep them coming, y'all. Keep them coming.
How, you know, how this is helping you guys, because, you know, this is our main goal, is to share what we're going through, just to be a blessing, just to be able to help, you know, someone who's going through something. Because we know that what we've been through, we know it was not just for naught or just for it was in vain. We know that our process is not in vain.
And there are some times when we don't, honestly, we're going to be transparent. There's sometimes we don't feel like doing a video, y'all. And I remember my husband saying, babe, you feel like it? And sometimes I would say no, but God convicted me and said, it's not about your feelings.
Yeah.
He said, if you do it based on your feelings, you're not allowing me to work through you and speak through you. Then you think it's all about you, and you think that you did it. You think that you're saying it. And I was like, it had to catch myself. And he was like, I was like, babe, it doesn't matter about how I feel.
I think what she's saying is that a lot of times listen, y'all, we don't have no script, but sometimes it be something real burning in our heart to talk about, right? And then, you know, and sometimes we don't know what to talk about. So what she's saying is that I just really don't want to, you know, I don't know, you know.
But sometimes I'm just tired.
You're tired, you know. At the same time, tired.
I work.
You
I
know.
got kids. I got a baby.
Did you say kids?
I meant a baby.
You put ass on the end of that?
I meant a baby. One baby. One child.
Oh, watch out, y'all. She's speaking something now.
Anyway. Love you guys. Again, thank you for your comments. Thank you for watching. And do not forget, be you.
And keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Love you guys.
Peace.